Hey, what's going on, Longhorn Nation? It's your boy BJ with Bad Talks. Hey, I'm back to talk about the West Virginia recap and then Texas-Oklahoma at the Cotton Bowl preview. But let's jump right into the Texas-West Virginia game. Texas wins 42-31. A little bit closer than I thought. I picked Texas to win by 17, but Texas was up by 18 a couple times in the fourth quarter. Texas dominated that second half. And of course, they took a quick punch from West Virginia to start the game. Texas played sloppy. Texas wasn't playing very good defense. Texas wasn't playing very good offense. West Virginia kind of set the tone early. They were pumped up. I mean, it's their Super Bowl. They think Texas is a rivalry. Texas doesn't even look at the West Virginia Mountain Aggies until the week of when we played them. So I knew it was coming, expected it was coming. I just sit there and stayed calm, watched my game. I was hot and tired from a football game I coached earlier in the day. And we won, by the way, 12-0. So we move on to 4-1. 4-1, still looking at a playoff berth. We've got to win out these next couple weeks and get in the number 1 seed. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I mean, I knew Texas with Sam Ehlinger and the way Roschon Johnson's running the football. I mean, Roschon had 121 yards rushing, 21 carries, 5.7 yards a carry, something like that. Keontae Ingram took a stinger about middle of the game, and he really wasn't running all that well anyway. I felt like the ball should have been feeding through Roschon anyway. I think I'd like to see coaches stick with the hot hand. And then we got some Kirk Johnson in the game. It was good to see him come in and run the football. I know that kid's been around the program for many years now. But he's been facing injuries and fighting injuries. But the kid came in and ran hard. He looks good. We know he's fast. So it's good to see the kid to get in there and take some reps away from Johnson, some good, meaningful reps, and contribute to the team. And he did. But Roschon's on a different level right now when it comes to running back. I know when all this started, people were making fun of Texas, especially Aggies, and Oklahoma, making fun of Texas having to turn to a quarterback, third-string quarterback at running back. But he's a stud, and we knew he was a stud when we recruited him. And as he said in a press conference or whatever it was, I read it today, that he's going to move back to quarterback next year. But right now, he's here to help out the team. So if he needs to be running back, Roschon Johnson to be the running back. Keontae is going to start against Oklahoma, but Roschon's going to get his carries. You can bet on that. Catches out of the backfield, screens, whatever they need to get him the ball. They're going to get that young man the football. Like I said, Sam had 4 touchdowns. I knew he'd have 3 or 4 touchdowns. He had 2 rushing, 2 passing. Sam didn't have a very good day. I didn't think. He threw 1 ball into coverage and had an interception and missed on a couple, kind of forced a couple third downs. But I didn't think he had a very good day. But he produced. He finished the game off right. Threw 1 back to Cosme. I don't think it's considered a passing touchdown because it may be, but he threw it behind the line of scrimmage. I didn't really look at the stat, to be honest with you. But Cosme got him a touchdown, which was cool to see. I saw one of the big offensive lineman recruits talking about it. He said he sent that video straight to his head football coach and said, man, look what Texas is doing over there with their offensive linemen. So, hey, whatever helps recruiting, Coach Herman, do you, man. But like I said earlier, we knew West Virginia would show up and play hard. It's their Super Bowl. They want to beat Texas so bad, and they as soon as the schedule comes out, they circle Texas every year, and Texas circles West Virginia the Monday prior to the game. It is what it is. West Virginia Mountain Aggies mean nothing to Texas when it comes to football, basketball, baseball, track, nothing. We think nothing about West Virginia until the week of. Unfortunately, after seeing a lot of their T-shirts and stuff like that, Texas is on their mind a lot, and it's funny to see. But other than the offense playing sluggish, thought the defense gave up a lot of yards. But hey, yards don't go on the scoreboard. Points go on the scoreboard. Texas had 4 turnovers. Jameson had a heck of a football game. Had 1, I think it was top play on ESPN. Had a one-handed interception and pulled it in, and that was huge, man. And then he picked up an out route, bit on it, picked it off, and should have took it for pick 6, I thought, but he stepped out of bounds. And then B.J. Foster got him a tipped interception. And then Deli had a nice little pick as the first interception of the game to bring it back. It was a big interception because I think West Virginia was up 7-0. Texas just had to punt, and Deli picked that ball off, so that helped Texas kind of wave the storm a little bit. Because like I said, West Virginia came in hot and heavy. They were pumped up. But I did like how Texas was physical. Texas comes to play each week, man. I like it. They didn't play very good. Coach Herman used to say we have to play our A game to win. I don't think we're back to being Texas. We don't have to play our A game every single week to win the football game to a lesser opponent. Now, OU, you better bring your A game. But West Virginia, you can play with a B- and win the football game by double digits like we did. So good win. Texas moves to 2-0 in the Big 12. Not everybody can say that. Only Baylor can say that. OU can say that. Texas can say that. So Oklahoma State took a loss this weekend to Texas Tech. That young kid out there played well. But it's good to see Texas remain undefeated in the Big 12. Now, enough with the recap of the West Virginia Mount Aggie beatdown. And it was fun beating you guys down. If you're tuning in, we'll see you next year in Austin, and we'll deliver another one. But it is fun beating you guys just because of the way y'all talk. It has nothing to do with rivalry. It has nothing to do with that. Because after this video, I won't think of West Virginia again until next year. The week of the game. But enough about the West Virginia Mountain Aggies. Moving on into the number 11 Texas Longhorns versus the number 6 Oklahoma Sooners at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas on Saturday at 11 o'clock. Unfortunately, I have to coach a game. My game starts at 12:30, so I will not get to watch the first part of the game. Of course, I will have the game recorded, and I'll have my phone and watch turned off, and then I will get home and watch the game without checking any of the scores or anything like that. I don't want to see any scores. But I get to fast forward through commercials and all that, so that's fun. But it's the Jalen Hurts versus Sam Ehlinger show, just like last year. And Sam won that one last year in the Red River rivalry, the Cotton Bowl. So I expect the same. I expect Sam to show up. I expect Hurts to show up. You know, these teams kind of mirror each other to me. OU's got a dynamic offense. Their offense runs through Jalen Hurts right now. Texas has got a good offense, and it runs through Sam Ehlinger. If Sam Ehlinger's on, Texas offense is on. They like to run Jalen Hurts. 30% of his runs are called runs. I noticed during the Kansas game, OU done some reverses and some reverse passes to Jalen, and it was almost like they were getting gimmicky early against Kansas, like trying to wave the storm there. I'm not sure what that was about. They really wasn't lining up and running down their throat like Kansas was. Kansas, that Williams kid for Kansas, he could run that football, boy. He 100-something yards rushing again. And that kid's fast. Puka Williams or whatever his name is. Anyway, he ran all over Oklahoma's defense. So that's why I'm saying Sean Johnson has to have a big game against Oklahoma or this week, and Keontae as well, to keep all running backs fresh and pick up yards on the ground, shorten the game a little bit. And OU's defense is suspect. And I think Texas defense is suspect. Texas got Jamison coming back this week, it sounds like. And Osai there in the middle. And Foster's back. I think Chris Brown's thigh bruise wasn't as serious as we thought, so he'll be back this week on defense. So I think the defense is a little bit plussed up again this week, which is good because we need everybody and anybody against that Oklahoma offense. It's just keeping it real. And then on offense, it looks like Caleb Johnson's back. It's good to see Johnson back. We need big man out there. When Big Nine's out there, it helps. The kid's 6'5", 200 plus against smaller DBs in Oklahoma. Oklahoma don't have big DBs whatsoever. And Johnson showed out last year in this game. The slot receiver last year showed out in this game. So I'm expecting Duvernay to have a big game. I like to see Roshan Johnson gets 20, 25 carries again this week. Keontae 10, 15 carries this week. Jake Smith involved a little bit more. Brennan Eagles, big body. Epps, big body. Maybe get a tight end, Kate Brewer in there. And if you got to throw a pass to a left tackle, do what you got to do, Coach Herman, because that was pretty with Cosme's touchdown the other day. But I think this will be a back-and-forth game. I think Texas is win to pick to win 9.5 points or something like that. It's always this way. Every year, all these Vegas sports writers, everybody hang their hat on Oklahoma, and then they get to the playoffs and they get manhandled by whoever they're playing. But Texas won this game last year and then lost in the Big 12 championship. I don't know why I have this feeling, so I'm glad I'm just putting it on record. Because I was going to tell my buddies that I'm going to mass text with that this is what I feel like is going to happen. But I don't want them thinking I'm copping out this week. All right? With the injuries and stuff, I'm not picking OU to win. I'm going to pick, it would not surprise me if OU wins. But I have a feeling it's going to be opposite of last year. I have a feeling OU is going to pull this one out, and then Texas win the Big 12 championship, which I prefer. I just know I would take a heart, because it's hard to beat the same team twice. I would take a rough week this week and lose my $50 bet I got for Texas to win the Big 12 championship. I really would. But I just have that feeling. I've been having that feeling all season. I've been thinking about this game and how it should play out. If it's hard to beat a team twice, or would I rather lose now and then later like we did last year, or opposite what we did last year? I don't know, but that's just how I kind of feel. So I'm putting it on record. Today's date, what is today's date? The 7th or something like that. That it kind of feels like, oh, you'll win this game and Texas win the Big 12 championship. And that would be fine with me. Now, I want to win both. Don't get me wrong. I want to win both. But in order for Texas to win the game, they got to stop the run, slow down the run with Stevenson and Sermon, because they're going to pound it away, and Hurts. That's three-headed snake there running the ball. Neutralize some of the big plays by CeeDee Lamb, because we all know he's a baller out of Allen High School. And Texas just got to kind of minimize the points. They give up all the yards they want. Hold OU to field goals, get a couple turnovers. Hurts threw an interception this weekend. So he'll throw picks, no different than Sam. But Texas got to get some turnovers, got to get some pressure on the quarterback, got to stop the run. And then Texas got to score points. That 3 and out, those punts, that turnover by Sam, can't have any fumbles, silly possessions. Texas got to manage their play. And maneuver the field and do like they did last year. Texas was up 21 points on Oklahoma last year before you knew it. Like I've already said 100 times, I was 50-yard line of that game. I had OU fans to my left, Texas fans to my right. And we was around the 50-yard line about 47 rows up. So it was absolute perfect seating for the Cotton Bowl last year. Right behind Texas, by the way. So when the game was over, we walked down and shook hands with all the players and celebrated with those guys. So it was really cool to see. But I think Texas got to do that again this year. OU susceptible to the run. I mean, Williams jumped all over OU this week, and Texas got a good run defense. I think that's why I think OU's offense, to me, is probably a little bit better than Texas. And I say that because I think because Lincoln Riley is a better play caller than what Texas has. Lincoln Riley's more innovative. Lincoln Riley can call some offense. Now, I think Texas defense is a little bit better than Oklahoma's defense. Texas can stop the run. OU cannot. Texas can't really stop the pass. Neither can OU. So I think it's a wash, man. I think it's whoever shows up, whoever has less turnovers, whoever maybe has the ball last. Dicker, the kicker, may win it again for Texas. I don't know. And I think OU is struggling at the kicking game. It looks like OU may have 2 of their offensive linemen out this week, which would be huge because they already have a young offensive line. So I think the needle this week is pointing just a tad bit in Oklahoma's favor. But I wouldn't be surprised if Texas wins this game because of who leads Texas football. But like I said about the Jamison coming back on injuries, it does look like Jordan Whittington is not coming back this week. I think that was a pipe dream trying to get Jordan back in the game. But it looks like OU, man, Hurts, Lamb, Sermon, and Kenneth Murray on defense versus Ellinger, Duvernay, Johnson, and Jones on defense. So I really think it's an even matchup. So do the polls. I mean, we've lost 1, and we're only number 11, and they're number 6. So I really do. Vegas thinks OU's a little bit better. I think because they see Texas injuries. I think that line may drop a little bit to 7.5 or something like that later on. But who knows? I don't care about the spread. I don't care about that kind of stuff. What I care about is Texas showing up, playing tough, hard-nosed defense, running the football, taking care of the football, controlling your emotions. And last year's game, there was some talk pregame from the players. And then when the game started, it looked like OU was a little shook by the fans, maybe. Texas was eating it up. Sam was talking about bring it on. We have nothing to lose. I don't think Texas was even ranked last year when they played. They may have been high 20s or something like that, or low 20s, wherever you want to call it. But I think it's going to be a good, hard-nosed football game. This is one of the best rivalries in college football. I can't wait to watch this game. But I'm not going to make a prediction. I do hope Texas wins a football game. But again, I think OU pulls this one out. I mean, I guess that's just prediction. But I also think Texas could win this football game just as easy as OU. I've had this weird feeling that Texas will lose this game and then win the Big 12 championship. So, all right, guys, I'm not going to do my top 10 this week. We may do a video later on in the week or something like that, but probably not. We just want to get in here and ramble on about Texas again. I wrote a couple notes just so I don't forget names. When I'm talking, I don't really write down what I'm going to talk about because, as some of you said last week, I appreciate your comments, guys. You tuning in. You know what? Let me get on that, man. You guys tune in saying I'm straightforward and you like what I got to say, and there's a Longhorn audience for what I have to put out there. I mean, I appreciate that because you know why? I know I stumble on my words. I may forget a name here and there. I probably forget a stat here and there, but I'm talking Texas football. I talk about my life on here. I let my boys come on here, and you see who they are. I love Texas football. I get nothing out of this. I'm actually at home right now because I had surgery on Thursday, my second surgery in a month on Thursday. I had surgery on Thursday to an area where most men don't want to have surgery. All men don't want to have surgery. And then Friday I recovered. Saturday I was offensive coordinator for my football team on the field, moving up and down the field. And I paid for it on Sunday. I was sick all day Sunday. I was in pain all day Sunday. I was throwing up all day Sunday and Sunday night. But I'm back with it now. You know, as you can see, I probably need a shave. I need a haircut. But it's all good. I love my football boys, man. I love coaching. I love trying to be creative. We played a team that was equivalent to us. We shut them out. We beat them 12-0. We ran down their throat the whole game. This team was taking some cheap shots, whatever, and our guys took it, man, just because they're well coached. But anyway, I need to say, let's move on to the Texas OU week. They let the hatred start, and let's go get this dub, Texas. Hook 'em. Hey, Longhorn Nation, I appreciate you tuning in. Hit subscribe for me. Hit thumbs up. Leave a comment. Let's talk about this thing. See you next week. Hook 'em.